In this video, I'm going to talk about using the basic online lesson template for planning your on-demand lessons. So as you'll recall, this is the basic online lesson template. It's a way of organizing the components that are in your lesson in a structure and a flow. So as you would follow through each step, and it's a way to be able to organize those things. And so I'm going to talk about each component and section of this template because you'll be able to use this as you plan your on-demand lesson here. So it's important to note before we dive into the template that the work that you've done on the focus board actually informs and identifies the components you put within the template. So these two tools work together as you take what you've done on the focus board and then you move it into a template structure that we're going to work through here in just a moment. So the template has a few key sections to it. The first and main section is the title, date, and description. So this is a way where you can add the title, date, and description for the lesson you're creating. That way, if you're working on multiple lessons, you can keep them very organized and structured there and easy to use. The next section is where you identify, it's a checkbox for whether you're designing a live online lesson or an on-demand lesson. And so you'll want to check one of those boxes to identify the mode that it's going to be delivered in. The next section is identifying the learning objective, and this is actually going to be pulled again from the focus board. You can include the learning objective of what the learner is going to be able to do in that lesson, and so that will be typed and added in that section there. The main section of the online lesson template is the actual structure of the lesson. And in the form, the PDF form, you'll actually have some guiding prompts that go along the way. So these are going to be your lesson elements. They are interactive form fields, so you can add the information on each of the cards that you see there. And it does include the guiding prompts along the way, so it kind of guides you through building that lesson step by step. Again, your focus board is going to be a primary driver for each of those elements, and so you'll notice the icons in the focus board. So the red evidence block there that you see is actually going to inform what you put in the evidence block for the template, and then the elements that are in the final section of the focus board will include the components that you would include in the other part of a lesson. So you can kind of think about the lesson template as a diagram that includes the flow and the components for the on-demand lesson that you're building there. So it's a really great way to be able to organize those components and using those two tools together, the focus board and the lesson template, to be able to do that. So again, we're going to use the basic online lesson template as a way to be able to organize those components together and to be able to design our lesson in a way that is easy to do things with in terms of building it out and things of that nature. Okay, here we're going to take a look at an example basic online lesson template for an on-demand lesson. So here you'll notice that it's an interactive PDF form, and so if I were to go look at each of the pages here, I'm going to have different sections of the page, but if you want to be guided step by step through the process, you can actually select the next buttons here. So each of these fields can be filled out. So as you type in there, it's actually going to update throughout the document that's there. Now, I've pre-included some information in here, so you would go through and actually complete your information in this way, but you'll actually go and select these items, so these are interactive, and when you're ready to go to the next page, just select next, and it's going to take you to the next page. And you'll notice that each of these are highlighted, so you can always go in and change them as you go, but it's a great way to kind of take a step by step. So each item is going to have a next button that will kind of guide you through the process, and then you'll notice when you're ready, it's going to provide a form field for you to add that information to. So I'm going to just kind of click through these, and you'll notice that each section here is going to give you a little bit about kind of the overview, and then you'll be asked to add some information and add information on the bottom. Now you'll notice that in each of these fields, the top is going to be the title and the bottom is going to be how it's implemented in your lesson. So here we have a title of The Power of Communication, and we know it's going to be in the lesson as a video. So as you go through, those are the types of information that you will be adding to those components that are there. So I'm going to select those, and you'll notice that it adds takes me step by step through each of those lesson elements. And as I build those, I have those added to the lesson there. I also have the feedback here I'm adding. And you'll notice here we're making some choices about the LMS that is there. So we'll be adding those and then kind of working through each of those items. So you'll notice that this template again walks step by step through, and as you add your information, it will update that for you, leading to a completed form at the end of the document. Now, the nice thing is this is a PDF document, so you can save it. You can do a save as and create a new version of it, and so you can create as many of these lesson templates as you want using this document as a framework to do that.